Welcome back, folks. Good evening, everyone. Today is Sunday, March 27th, 2022. As always, I am your host, Samantha, back with your favorite weekly show, MMTV. Per usual, we have a lineup of very hardworking individuals. Let's see what they have to show. Starting us right off on this lovely Sunday evening, we have drummer Chris sharing another original song on his segment, Drum Studio. Marissa then asked fellow Spartans this week's essential question.
A woman that I look up to has definitely got to be Lizzo. I found her music in like 2017, and I had never heard a lady talk about loving herself like that in music, especially rap before, so it was really cool. I look up to Billie Eilish.
I look up to Abby.
Did you really?
I would say I probably look up to my mom just because she's helped me through a lot in my life, especially like really hard moments and really easy moments. And also she helps other people, which makes me feel good. And she just gives me that kind of sense of like relief that I have someone to talk to.
I look up to my mom and my grandma because they teach me a lot of life lessons.
My mom because she's always there when I need her.
I look up to my mom.
I look up to Michelle Obama.
Mom and Taylor Swift because they both raised me.
With the warmer weather approaching, there will be additional opportunities for outdoor activities. The outdoor classroom will be available to teachers, students will be allowed to eat in the front courtyard, and PE classes will be predominantly using outdoor spaces. It is so exciting to have these new spaces integrated into our everyday school lives. This week on Student Profile, we meet fellow student Ella. Let's see what Rosie has to share. Then, we have Conrad's segment, You Ask, We Answer, this week discussing the mythical monster Bigfoot.
This is Ella Sape. Ella is a sophomore here at Monument. Ella's favorite class to take here is algebra, and her favorite thing about Monument is the sports. When she's not in school, Ella plays volleyball and runs track for the teams here at Monument. Some fun facts about Ella are that her favorite food is chicken, her favorite color is green, she has a dog named Luna and a cat named Susie, and she has a younger sister and a younger brother. That was this week's Student Profile. Join us next week for more.
Sir, what would you like to learn about?
I'd like to learn about Bigfoot.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Conrad here. In my other segments, I've risked a lot telling you guys about certain things like conspiracy theories or, real estate. But this time, I might be risking it all. The Bigfoot is known by many names in various different cultures throughout America, going back hundreds of years. The Algonquins actually called the Sasquatch or the Bigfoot a Wendigo, and that's also a very common folk tale, known in America. Basically, this is a creature that lurks mainly in the mountains, the woods, anywhere. We don't know how many there are. We don't know what their purpose is. But one thing we know is that they're real. The most recent sighting was in 2019 by a woman in Florida. And I know that sounds kind of fake because, it is Florida. But think about it. What are the possibilities that there isn't a large, otherworldly, hairy, 6'5" creature? I mean, I've seen something like that. People in this school, mainly Will St. John. This creature, this monster, not monster, I shouldn't say that. It's just something we haven't learned about enough yet. Many people who are interested in the Bigfoot really believe that it's a messenger of warning, telling a man to change his ways, leave, or revert back. Now, this might be a blessing in disguise, because really the Bigfoot is someone who's teaching us, educating us, and you know what? I believe in the Bigfoot.
Tomorrow is the commencement of the Spring Project Connection, and it is not too late to sign up. Contact Ryan Kelly with any questions. Looking for any new music to listen to? We have Nick with a music review.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of It's Music, that thing that we do every week for MMTV, which is the thing that you're watching right now. This week we're going to do a little chatting about more Wolfpack, which if you haven't figured it out yet, is my favorite band right now and for a while, and also probably for a while in the future. We're going to talk about the really good album, Mr. Finish Line. Mr. Finish Line is one of those albums where you kind of have to be like, yeah, this is good, but also it's not so good, but it's also pretty good. You got like the first chunk of songs, which are all amazing. You got Mr. Finish Line, you've got Baby I Don't Know, Whoa, Whoa, Whoa. You got Running Away, you've got Someone Talking in the Other Room, but that's not a problem. We're going to think about Wolfpack here, okay? Yeah, so the first chunk of the album is pretty good. Tea Time is probably my favorite piano keyboard arrangement ever. It sounds amazing. I have like on and off been learning it for like 3 years. I knew it at one point, and then COVID hit, and then I didn't know it. So that's pretty cool. That's a little fun fact about your host here. But this album also has some real stinkers. Like Grandma is pretty good, but all the songs around Grandma are not so good. You've got like Captain Hook, Wolfpack, that's not good. That's stinky. And it's mostly stinky because there's this song, Eddie Buzzsaw, which is the same gosh darn song. It's just this one's worse. How could you do this to me in particular? Yeah, but I'd say Mr. Finish Line helps Wolf as a band move a little bit away from that lo-fi feel, move a little bit more towards the polished feel. You can really feel out the production on this album, and I really like the groups of musicians that they brought in, like David T. Walker, and even though I don't like Joey Dosek, I do like saxophone. So I'd say this album's pretty good. If I had to give it a number rating, I'd probably say like 8 closer to a 9, but that's if I rated it.
Please don't forget, students are not allowed in the parking lot during school hours and cannot leave the grounds until officially dismissed. We now have Julia, sharing another dish available to cook right at home. This week, looking at a Spanish dish. But if cooking isn't quite your fancy, we have Alec then sharing his book review of the week. Then we have Brian sharing all the soccer highlights. This past Thursday, the freshmen enjoyed a day of fun. There were movies, games, breakfast, trivia, contests, and more. We hope all that attended enjoyed. Ray is back this week sharing everything plants and botany. Let's check out what there is to learn this week. chess tournament continues on. It truly is getting close. Check out the brackets on the bulletin board in the library for more information. Now it is finally time for our Sports Weekly, where we give you all the latest updates in the sports world. This week, Wesley starts us off by sharing the national sports news. Let's see what's going on. The school has recently been accepted into the MSBI for funding renovations or replacement of the existing high school. We will update you as information comes. Grab some popcorn, it's TV time. First off, we have the Mias with their TV show review on the popular series Modern Family. Then, Tessa follows with a movie review on the comedy movie The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Mia and Mia's TV review. Today we only have one Mia, but I think I'll manage the show just fine. Today we are talking about Modern Family. Modern Family is somewhat like The Office, similar way with how it's completely scripted, but they act like they're being interviewed like real people. We're going to start off with one of the first relationships is Jay Pritchett and Gloria. They married a year before the show started. And so Gloria is from Colombia originally. She is very smart and she knows the streets very well. She has a son from her previous marriage named Manny. Manny, when the show starts, was just a little kid. He was super sweet, very mature for his age, very romantic. He loved poetry. He was pretty adorable when, you know. And then later on in the seasons, they have another kid together named Joe. Joe's a little bit more like his dad. He likes to play sports. He's very stubborn as well, and he likes to control people. Now, Jay Pritchett is he owned Pritchett's Closet. He makes so much money, and he has 2 kids from his previous marriage. His first child is named Claire. She is married to Phil Dunphy for 25 years, and they have 3 children together. Their first child is Haley. She is the beauty, the rebel, the partier. And then there's Alex. She is the smart bookworm who is very introverted and shy. And then they have Luke, who's just like the lovable dumb one, you know? Like, he's very sweet, has a nice heart, but there's nothing in his head. But that's okay. Phil is the very positive, outgoing father. He loves his kids more than life himself, and he is a magician. Claire is very controlling, and she used to be a housewife, and so she just likes to have the house in order, and she's, yeah, very good at having people in order. His other son is Mitchell Pritchett. He has been in a relationship with Cam Tucker 5 years before the show started, but they didn't get married till like season 3, and then that's when they legalized gay marriage. Mitchell is an environmental lawyer. He is kind of like his sister, doesn't like to show emotions, loves things to be organized and nice and neat. His partner Cam is very much more outgoing, more emotional. He loves theater, he loves football, he is a huge cowboy. Like, he grew up in Missouri, and that's his favorite thing to talk about. They adopted this girl named Lily. She is super sassy and probably is the funniest one of them all. This show has 11 seasons, and it's out on Peacock. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.
There has already been changes taking place within the building. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary? If you haven't, the walls have now been repainted. Gage has returned this week with another segment of Mythbusters, this week really focusing on the body. Let's see what we've missed. Spring sports have officially started this past week. Look out for upcoming games to support our fellow Spartans. Next up, we have Troy. Let's hear what Troy has to share this week discussing all things action figures. Then, we have Weatherman Luke sharing the weekly weather forecast.
What's going on? My name is Luca Yancey, and I'm here to bring you your weekly weather forecast.
So, today's weather is going to be awfully chilly as the temperature will be in the low 30s. We can expect a high of around 38 and a low of about 20, so the range is definitely going to be cold. There might be some scattered snow showers in there as there's a 34% chance of snow with a light breeze coming from the northwest blowing anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour. It's only going to be a very windy week because as you can see here on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the average wind speed is around 13 miles an hour. As windy as it will be, the weather will be clearing up for a couple of days as we're only looking at partly cloudy days through Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Wednesday should be nice days as there should only be intervals of clouds in the 45-degree sky. Thursday and Friday though, it's not going to be as bright, even though the temperature will be on the rise. The weekly high on Saturday at 49 degrees. The Thursday we are expecting rain showers later on in Thursday evening that will carry on through the night this Friday. Won't be too big of a deal as there only is about a 40% chance of rain. That all clears up by Saturday though, as it will only be a little bit of rain or snow later on in the night. It should be nice though with the temperature in the high 40s and only about a 5-mile-an-hour breeze. That's all for this week's weather forecast. Our cool weather fact is that at any given time on Earth there are 1,800 thunderstorms going on with over 100 lightning strikes a second. And that's all for this week. Back to you, Samantha.
Thanks, Luke. Now it's time for the weekly lunch schedule. Monday starts off with chicken patty sandwiches. Tuesday we'll be serving meatball grinders. Wednesday is a fancy day with baked ziti and a dinner roll on the side. Then we finish off the week with Thursday's fish sticks and the famous Friday cheese pizza. Last but never least, Orson reviews some more shoes on the segment, Shoe Reviews. Then afterwards, to finish us off, a short skit will be performed by Hyatt. Let's see what they have in store.
Alright, so tell me about your shoes, Luke.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
everyone. My name's Hyatt. I'm my stairs, and, well, I didn't prepare much for this week, so I decided to pull out of my old vault of literally 1 week ago and use an unused skit that was for my TV in a Box segment. And without further ado, here it is. Hello, folks. My name's Jeremy Becker, and it's time for game night, where we provide you a fun new trivia game on a night. And this night, we're gonna give you the trivia game of a lifetime. Hold on to your butts, because you're about to be blown away off your butts. And now it's time to go to our game for the night, where we ask people questions and they give people answers.
You, sir, you are next to a fire extinguisher. I'm here to ask you about fires.
Okay.
What do you think of them?
They're hot.
How many have you started?
My attorney recommends I don't answer that question.
Who's your attorney?
I also can't answer that question.
You, David? Do you like writing with this pen?
I hate it.
You, miss, you're playing Fruit Ninja. What vendetta do you have against fruits?
Everything. Never again.
What?
Okay. So I can see that you're a busy person. So I'm gonna keep it brief. What's your favorite brand of suitcase?
Samsung.
Excuse me, miss. From your experience, do all dogs go to heaven? You, sir, you're standing next to this out-of-order water drinker. What do you think?
I'm thirsty.
Well, that was this week's episode of Game Night, where I ask people questions and people give people answers. Please come back tomorrow. Otherwise, the network will cut my funding. Please?
Thanks, Hyatt, for closing us off. Alright, folks, that brings us to the end of this week's edition. At you for joining us tonight and for your continued support. If you have any suggestions for the show, please reach out through our email, monument.tv2021@gmail.com. As always, don't forget we will be back next week, same time, same channel. This has been your host, Samantha from MMTV, signing off. Have a great night, everyone.